I'm Leonard Riggs, and this is my podcast from my head to your ears, and it is December 21st, 2025, and that means it's my birthday. I am 59 years old today, or as my friend Wilma used to say, plenty nine. I remember when she turned 59. That's what she said. She's on my mind today, as there are a lot of people that have passed in my life. I love my birthday. I'm not someone who dreads my birthday. I am thankful for each and every year that I have been given to live on this planet. And I'm thankful for all the friends, the many friends I've accumulated over the years. Even amazes me myself because, when those birthday wishes come through on social media and I realize how many people I've met working in the public for all these years, and the fact that they take the time out of their day to wish me a happy birthday makes me feel beyond special. And when I say special, I mean that in the most best way possible. And I am going to apologize. The beeping fire alarm is back, smoke alarm. That is not my main smoke alarm. That is an old smoke alarm that I cannot get to stop beeping. I'm going to take a hammer to it. It's getting more frequent, and everybody comments that they can hear it in the background of everything I do on social media. And I know there's a big joke about smoke alarms sounding in the background of people's social media posts. Well, I'm part of the joke, I guess. So I apologize now. Trust me, I know it's there, and I wished I could edit it out, but there's nothing I can do other than take a dang hammer to the thing. I'm going to have to shut the power off and disconnect it and take it off is what I'm going to have to do. And then I'm going to burn it, and I'm going to bury it and sprinkle salt on it, because I'm pretty sure the dang thing's alive. But anyway, I'm going to take a break, and we're going to talk more about me, my favorite subject, right? No, not just me. This is going to be kind of my birthday / Christmas podcast, because my birthday and Christmas always go hand in hand, and anybody that tells you that who was born around Christmas will tell you that your birthday kind of gets lost in the shuffle, generally with Christmas being just so close. I'll talk more about that and stuff. Like I said, I'm taking a break. I'm going to catch my breath, and I'll be right back. I'm Leonard Riggs, and this is my podcast from my head to your ears.
Christmas from my head to your ears. Snow fall down and it melts away the years. I head to your ears, live with ears.
I'm Leonard Riggs, and this is my podcast from my head to your ears. And today I have a special co-host, the beeping fire alarm in the background. I'll shut up about that in a minute. Boy, it's really getting worse, you know? It's like before it was like occasionally, but now it's like beep, beep, like, and it's getting on my nerves royally. And I'm one of those people. I'm a redheaded Irishman, so I mean, I'm liable to take, there it goes, a hammer to it. But anyway, okay, you always look at the bright side of things and look for the blessings. At least I have power to run the smoke alarm, and I can pay my electric bill. Okay, there's the bright side. That's diving deep, but at least there's finding the blessing in it. But anyway, I'm sitting here just a few hours into my 59th year. And my cats are on my lap. My little Kira's making noises. She's always on my knee, on my arm, on my shoulder. Bubby's my cat, Sonny. I call him Bubby. He's always nearby. He's looking at me. He knows I'm talking to him. I just fed girlfriend outside. Livy's always got my back. She's always guarding me. She's worried about my health right now. She follows me everywhere. She did that for my mom too. She would sleep by my mom, and I swear she watched out for my mom. Little Nacho, she always feels a little bit left out of my cat family here, but she knows I love her, and whenever she sees a moment, she jumps up and loves on me quite a bit. And then there's little Isaac. He's a good kitty. He likes to escape a lot, but he has the prettiest eyes. And then there's Bitsy May. Oh my. That one is a force to be reckoned with. She is the funniest kitty I've ever had in my life. And by funny, I mean, I think she may be a little crazy. She has many personalities. She's very vocal. She's very cute. She has the most cutest things that she does. She likes to be held in your arms like a baby. And she always reaches up with her paws like she's clawing at something. And, she, like, for a while, she'll not want nothing to do with you. And then all of a sudden, she wants everything to do with you. Then all of a sudden, she's beating all the cats up. Then all of a sudden, she just hides for days. And she's something. What I'm getting around to, I'm thankful for these cats because living in the house I grew up in after my parents have died, and like I said, a couple of my sisters, all the memories are here in this house. And although it's a royal mess and my parents would have a cow right now, which I blame myself for that. I also blame my health problems this year because that iron issue I've got, it's taken the life right out of me, and I just don't feel good. But I'm sitting here today all up in my feels, just thinking about my mom and dad and my sisters. And I'm actually going to my sister Cindy's house for my birthday today. We're going to have cake and ice cream and lasagna. And I'm going over there in a few hours. And she's very excited. I'm also spending Christmas with them this year. And I'm very happy about that. My niece isn't going to get to come home this year, which I'm very disappointed. But like I said in my intro there, I'm sitting here and the social media happy birthdays just keep coming, and I'm trying to keep up with them. And I actually took today off because I told my boss, why do you want your birthday off? I'm like, because I'm very distracted on my birthday. I'm a big kid, and I wouldn't be worth a darn at work. I'm just going to be very distracted, and I just want to take time for myself on my birthday. Even if I didn't have a cake and ice cream and stuff, I still would just sit here and reflect on all that I have, all that I've had, all the blessings that I've had. And I'm not going to feel sorry for myself ever, ever, ever. I mean, you have your moments, I guess, but I've told you my health's not good. I'm having trouble with my legs, really bad trouble. I can barely walk right now. We're not sure what's going on there. Having still trouble with my iron, and energy levels. But I'm still here. And I've learned to not, well, sometimes you're like looking up symptoms and stuff on Google and you're diagnosing yourself with the most horrible things because you feel so rotten. And I'm like, don't do that. Stop it. I mean, that's why we have doctors, and we'll figure out what's going on. So give it to God. And that's my favorite saying. I give this to God. He's never let me down, and his will is his will. And that's the way it is. So there. So doesn't mean I'm still going to worry and just have bad days, but I do. That's the way I feel. But anyway, I was sitting here with my cats and thinking, thank God for them, because they keep me, if anything else I'm not thinking about, they keep me going. They aggravate me. They love on me. When I come home, I get the most warm greeting I've ever seen in my life. They absolutely love me. I have no doubt in my mind. I've been letting them sleep with me, and it's so funny. I think they think I'm their big mama. It reminds me of little kittens around their mom, is exactly what it reminds me of. And my Sonny and Livy are right there in forefront. It's like this pecking order. It's Livy, Kira, Sonny, and then Isaac and Nacho, And then, who am I leaving out? Girlfriend's been out. She doesn't want to come in for some reason. I think she thinks the house is too messy. She's a little prissy, but she's been staying at Taylor's next door. But anyway, I wanted to get a t-shirt that says, ask me about my cats, because I'll talk about it all day. I have so far, haven't I? It's taken up most of my podcast. But yeah, I know I left one of my cats out. Oh, Bitsy May. Bitsy May doesn't really sleep with me. She sits in here by herself. Like I said, she's a funny little cat. But, it's okay. I think I'll take a break and I'll come right back and gather my thoughts here. Because as you see, I had a brain fart. And I'll talk about something else, I promise. I'm Linda Riggs. This is my podcast From My Head to Your Ears. I'll be right back. I'm Leonard Riggs, and this is my podcast. From my head to your ears, I'm talking about my birthday, which is today at the time of this recording. It is December 21st, 2025. I am 59 years old today, the last year of my 50s, which quite frankly has been the absolute worst decade of my life. Not going to lie about that. Can't have it good all the time. There were some good moments, but I swear I've spent this whole decade, losing people and mad and, I just hope my 60s, which are upcoming. Actually, I hope this year is so good that it makes up for all the bad I've had in the last few years. I'm gonna be optimistic, and I'm gonna say that that's the way it's gonna be. This year is gonna be great. I'm gonna have the best time of my life this year. I want to be sorry that it's over when I hit 60. And when I turn 60, I will rejoice that I made it through my 50s. And my health's gonna get better, and I'm gonna feel better. And I'm gonna get this house cleaned up, and things will be wonderful. That's my year. That's not my hopes. That's the way it's going to be. I said so. I figure you got to grab life by the you-know-what. You got to say, hey, get those reins and you take over. You take over those reins and you start guiding your life. Don't let it be a runaway horse carriage, which is the way I feel like it's been for the last few years. A lot of things I can't help and couldn't help, but this year I'm going to make sure that I'm going to have a better year. It's the way I feel today on my birthday. I'm being fueled by all these great birthday wishes. They're lifting me up quite a bit today. I actually am so glad I took the day off. Yesterday I was at work, and people don't realize, one person can ruin your whole day. Seriously. And there's a lot of people who are grouchy and stressed and don't like the holiday music and blah, blah, blah. They're just a big old downer, a big old Grinch. And I'm like, quit dragging the room down. Enjoy the moment. Be glad you're here. There's something special about this time of year. It has to be special for having such adverse reactions to it. I mean, maybe it's not magical. Maybe your relationship broke up or this or that, but you're still here. And as long as you're still here, anything can happen, good or bad, but it could be good. And just think that way, because I have lived my life, and I will give myself props for this, that even though things are bleak, there is always something good around the corner. And that's what keeps me going. It's that simple. Even though I may seem cynical sometimes and negative and blah, blah, blah. And I've been told I've been a stick in the mud and blah, but I've always thought, okay, I didn't know the saying at the time, but it fits is this too shall pass. So if I've said that a million times in my podcast, I'm saying it now. And if you're feeling down right now because of the holidays, because of loss, because of, you don't feel good, take a deep breath. And it's beautiful out today. It's warm, which kind of aggravates me in the wintertime, to be honest with you. I kind of like cool weather in the winter, but today, actually, I'm glad it's warm because I'm going to be walking to my sister's in a little while and her furnace is out. So it's a blessing that it's warm. See, it's that simple. Find the good and find the good in what you consider bad. But yeah, you can sit there and think bad about everything, or you can sit there and think good about everything. You have a choice. So hopefully if you're sitting there listening to this and you're feeling down about something, take a deep breath and try to find the good in your life and try to think about it. And if you can't find anything good, think about that it's going to get better. And if you're trying to sleep and you can't because you're worried, give it to God. Give it to the higher power that you believe in. And I hope you do have a higher power that you believe in, because having faith is very important in this life. And I've learned as I've gotten older that has gotten me through so many things. And I've said this a million times in my podcast. I know. You don't have to tell me, but I can't say it enough. So that's your inspiration for the moment, I hope. I just had a cup of coffee and it's made me actually that sip of coffee kind of like, I'm doing my podcast. I haven't had time and I haven't felt like doing it. And all of a sudden I have the time and I feel like doing it. So that's why I am doing it. Okay. You got that? Reflecting a little bit on this year, I lost, I'm not sounding negative here, but this is just what happened. I lost one of my favorite people in my life, one of my best friends ever, one of my longest coworkers. I lost my Wilma this year. And I thank God that her son came and got me. I wasn't aware that she was as bad as she was, and he called me and said, if you want to see your buddy one last time, you better get ready and let's go. And I was taking a nap, and I wasn't quite registering what he was saying. And then I said, I'll be ready. And I threw my clothes on and went up, and she was on a ventilator, and they were getting ready to unplug her. And lo and behold, when they took the ventilator off, she sat up and was telling them the what for. So she died. She was Wilma to the very end. And she heard me, and I held her hand and kissed her on the head, and she told me she loved me too. And I cherished that moment. I cherished the moment with my sister Lori, who did the same thing. She opened her eyes and saw us standing around her. And I cherished that. And that was the year before. But anyway, going from happiness to sadness there. But a lot of people had definite feelings about Miss Wilma. But I'm going to tell you something about her. She was tough. She was smart. She was very smart. She had a rough way to go, and she fought hard. She took care of her boys, and she loved her family, and she considered me a part of her family. And she was a great person, and I had a whole tribute to her this year. That was a big loss in my life. That was right up there with my mom and my sister and my dad, and my other sister is right up there. And anyway, that was a big part of my year this year. And I'll tell you another thing, talking about friends, good friends. I developed this health problem. My former boss, Diana, has gotten me to my appointments this year. She waits patiently. She just got through a medical crisis. She had a kidney transplant, which that was a miracle too. That was this year too. Now that I think of it, it feels like it was a long time, or was it this year? honestly, the last 2 years has been a blur to me. Seems like so much was happening that it was just like boom, 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 boom. But I'm pretty sure it was. Yes, it was. And we changed our boss, and I'm thankful I got a good boss named Judy, and she's doing a wonderful job, and she's been also a wonderful friend, and she understands my situation. I'm having a hard time getting through shifts with my legs being the way they are. And some of my coworkers aren't the most understanding about it, I don't think, but that's, that'll happen. But I got to have my job, and I want to continue to do my job until I can't do it anymore. But I'm thankful for my boss, my former boss, Diana, and my good friend. She's actually like my other sister. She's my honorary sister. So is her other sister is my honorary sister, Darlene, and I think Darlene's daughter, Dana, is, and Chelsea, Diana's daughter. All those D names, you get a C name. Dana, Darlene, Diana, and Chelsea. I can go, that's a big family too. I seem to have friends with big families. We've all gone through a lot together. And Miss Wilma, and Diana, and Judy. Judy's mom worked with me years ago. But anyway, boy, I went off on the deep end there, didn't I? I was talking about this year. The big issue this year has been my health. My new doctor said it best. He said, you were healthy and then you weren't. And that's pretty much what happened. I've had this iron deficiency thing going on for a while, though. I think it even started before my mom died because I was having trouble staying awake. I was falling asleep feeding her. But I get home and just go into a coma, fall asleep. But yeah, I mean, you got to take the good and the bad, and that's. I know there's been other bad things this year, but that's been the standouts, and for the life of me, that's all I can think about. And you cannot reflect without remembering the things that affected you in an adverse way. And that was, but like I said, I'm thankful I got to say goodbye to Wilma. I'll forever be grateful to her son, Mark, because that was a special moment to me. And anyway, I'm going to take a break after that and catch my breath, and I will be right back with more. I'm Leonard Riggs. This is my podcast, From My Head to Your Ears. I'm Leonard Riggs, and this is my podcast, From My Head to Your Ears. And since I've spent some time on the bad things that happened to me this year, I want to talk about the good things that happened to me this year. So, and there's been a few things, actually. It's not been a total horrible year. First up, I want to congratulate my former boss, Diana, on getting a kidney transplant. That was an amazing line of events. She was in need of a kidney transplant. She was set to retire in a week and got a call saying they found a donor, and she got her surgery and it went very well, and she's good to go. And that was, to me, that was one of the biggest miracles that I witnessed ever. And I want to congratulate to Judy, my new boss, who worked hard to get where she was and was trained well by Diana. And she's doing a great job as my new boss. And I've had a really good year at work because of her. And that's just cool. And I've known Judy since she was a little kid. I actually worked with her mom. So there's that. On my family, there's been some big changes. My nephew Josh got named police chief of Cesar, Illinois, and he's worked hard, and I'm very proud of him, even though I joke about it, because I changed his diapers when he was little. I'm thankful he's got this position, and I'm very proud of Uncle Leonard is proud of you, Josh. And then my friend Andy got appointed to police chief of Christopher, Illinois. And again, I've known Andy since he was a little kid, and his dad was police chief, and his brother James is in the state police. He's a state police trooper, and they're good friends of mine, and I'm very happy for him and proud. He's also an excellent EMT, highly respected EMT. Let's see what else. I've got to, my nephew Dan's getting married to his beautiful fiancée Elizabeth, and I couldn't be more happy. My nephew John got married to his longtime love Anki, and they got married in Norway and had a beautiful ceremony. I'm so happy. My nephew Jason's got a lovely girlfriend as well, and everything is going good on the romance side of my family. I'm very happy about that. Births. I have to laugh. My friend Will Denton and his wife Erica just welcomed a new baby into the world. And there's a funny story behind that. I was at Will and Erica's wedding, in 2017. And that was the big wedding weekend of October 13th and 14th, 2017. Whereas Brandon and Amber, my best friend, brother from another mother, and his wife, also one of my best friends, got married, and I was best man. They got married on October 13th, 2017. The next day I went to Will's wedding where he married Erica. And anyway, Erica and Will finally started having children a few years ago, and they now have 3. But it's funny, as Erica was pregnant with the middle girl, she had an older boy. I won't say their names because they may not want their names posted, especially with Will being a state policeman. But they had the boy, and he's adorable. And then Erica found out she's pregnant again. I don't think their pregnancies were planned. Jackson might have been. I'm not sure, but I know the second. I said his name. Ignore that. I didn't say his name. The second one. Oops. The second one was Erica was. That's hard to do, when you're just flying off the cuff on your podcast, not to make mistakes like that. But I just did that, and I would edit it out, but it's going to be hard. So maybe you just didn't notice what I said. I'll just hope. The second one came along, and while she was pregnant with that one, and I think they had intended to only have 2 at this point, especially after she was done having the second one. I had a dream that they had 3 kids, the boy, the girl, and the unknown. I remember in the dream, it was a baby, wrapped in a cloth, and I don't know what it was. I wasn't sure of the gender of the baby. And, I told Erica that, and I think I told Will that. And then, lo and behold, this year they had their 3rd child, and she was not planned. So my dream came true. That's awesome, don't you think? Anyway, I'm missing a birth, I think. Oh, my friend Brian and his sweet lady Jamie had a baby as well. Anyway, it's been a lot of babies, and I can't forget this. My great niece, Becca Grace, got married this year, and they're having a baby. So, and I went to that wedding. That was the first wedding I've been to since Will and Erica's, and I had a good time. So yeah, that was some of the highlights of my year. So this year wasn't all bad. There were some really good moments, and most of them have come in the last few months. So you got to take the good and the bad. And if I'm forgetting anything great, I apologize, because I'm actually just flying off the cuff here, remembering things as I go along. So That's the way I podcast. That's my style. Yeah, I think I'll take a break and I'll come back with more. And I'm Leonard Riggs. This is my podcast from my head to your ears. I'm Leonard Riggs, and this is my podcast from my head to your ears, my birthday / Christmas edition. Today is my birthday. I'm recording this on December 21st, 2025. Christmas is just a few days away. It's always been weird having a birthday around Christmas. You always got to open one present, one of your Christmas presents, or your birthday present. I really never had a birthday party till I was 50, and I had a proper birthday party with a house full of people. That was wonderful. It's funny, my 50th birthday and my homecoming were quite similar because when I was brought home, which incidentally was Christmas Eve, 1966, there was a house full of people. And then on my 50th birthday, again, there were a house full of people. And sadly, the people were all different after 50 years because a lot of them had passed on. But, that was a good memory. I don't know what my 60th birthday is going to be like. We'll find out next year. This year, I'm going to my sister's for my birthday party. We're going to have lasagna and cake, and I want to spend time with my sister Cindy. And unfortunately, my sister Kim can't make it. But Christmas, I have the holiday off. I'm so excited. First time since 1990. It's dead serious. For the whole holiday. I had maybe a stray Christmas Eve and a Christmas Day off through the years, but that's the first time I've had both days off. And quite frankly, it was far and few in between where I had the days off, separately. But this year I'm going to enjoy it to the fullest. My niece can't come home. I was really looking forward to seeing her and her 2 children, but some circumstances came about and they can't come. So, again, looking on the bright side and just picking yourself up and dusting yourself off, we're going to have old people's Christmas. Just me and my sister and my brother-in-law, Rodney. Again, I wish my sister Kim could come and my brother-in-law and them, but they can't. But we're just going to make some good food and open some presents and make the best of it. I'm going to cook a lot of stuff. I think the fact that I was brought home on Christmas, always being born Christmas week, and that story about me being brought home on Christmas always gave me this super special connection to this holiday. That, and it's Jesus's celebrated birthday time. I love this time of year, and I've been playing Christmas music since November 1st, so I'm going to kind of miss Christmas music. People dog about Christmas music all the time, and I always say, what's worse than any Christmas song is people complaining about the Christmas songs. Complain. Rejoice in the fact that these songs have been passed down through the centuries, and they will continue to be passed down to the centuries. So it's a little bigger than you are, so just get over it. That's the way I feel about it. Christmas, my Christmas traditions have evolved through the years, having life changes. Of course, being a kid, it was all about the presents. And then it just kind of evolved into what it is now, a celebration of Jesus' birthday and being with family and friends. And that's a great thing. I was going to go Christmas caroling earlier, 2 years in a row. I had a group that always Christmas caroled for Mom, and I told them when my mom passed, I'd join them. And last year I did, and we didn't get to sing because it was pouring rain and warm. This year it was too cold, so we didn't get to sing, but we had a good little party. Maybe next year we'll get to go Christmas caroling. I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's our rotten luck. December in Southern Illinois, though, you just never know what you're going to get. It's supposed to be 70 on Christmas Day here. Isn't that insane? Like I said, that's a blessing, though. I don't like warm Christmases, but my sister's furnace is broke, and that's where I'm going for Christmas. So we may even have to turn a fan on when we light the ovens to cook. So who knows? Crazy weather in Southern Illinois. Another thing you can count on. If you don't like the weather here, wait 10 minutes. It'll change. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this time of year. A lot of people are sad this time of year. What was it someone told me? I thought it was the greatest thing ever. Here I go again, philosophy, trying to look for the bright side of things. Oh gosh, don't be sorry that it happened. Be happy that you had the experience, or something to that effect. In other words, if you lose someone you love, you're obviously going to be sad, but don't mourn their loss as much as celebrate the fact that you had them in the first place. And thank God that they were there. Okay. I'm doing a Christmas movie festival right now. I do these a lot. I do one for Halloween. Now I'm doing the 12 days of Christmas this year. Usually I do the 25 days, but I just wasn't into it this year. Not because I'm not into Christmas. I don't feel good. It's more work than you would think it is, because I do a video and I watch the movie and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I just kind of cut it down to the 12 days of Christmas. That and finding good Christmas movies. There are quite a few, but there are also a lot of bad Christmas movies. So trying to fill those 25 days gets a little rough after a while. So, but I am doing the 12 and I'm right in the middle of that. I love Christmas movies, especially well-done ones. I saw the best one this year. It was called The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. And it's a new movie, and that'll be added to since I didn't watch it during my festival, I will add that to my movies next year. I definitely want to get a hard copy of it. It was really a good movie. It's about a lady who's taken over the responsibility of putting on the church's Christmas pageant, and somehow the town's rough kids get a hold of the fact they're having one, and they think that you can get free stuff if you go, and they end up being in the play. And it was just kind of a fun little sentimental movie. Definitely will add that to my movie festival next year. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I had great plans for a Christmas podcast this year, but I just, unfortunately, believe it or not, after talking an hour, I'm exhausted and I want to take a nap, which I just very well may just take a short 30-minute nap. I'm Leonard Riggs. This is my podcast from my head to your ears, and I will be right back to wrap things up. I'm Leonard Riggs. This is my podcast. I've been talking about my 59th birthday, which is today, December 21st, 2025, and Christmas. And I want to thank you all for a great year of this podcast as well. I got my stats for the year, and I was very pleasantly surprised. And my audience continues to grow. Unfortunately, I've been kind of down and out and not been able to podcast as much this year. Like I said, I've been doing this for a few minutes and I'm exhausted. I want to go to sleep. That's been a big problem with doing the podcast. But I do appreciate you. I love your comments. I love your feedback. I love to know you've listened to my podcast. I'm having a great time doing it. Maybe when I feel better, we'll pick it back up again. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up like I said, like I promised, and quit talking your ear off from my head to your former ears because they fell off because I talked too much. Yeah, that's my new title, right? I wish you all a very happy and Merry Christmas and a very prosperous New Year's. I'll be back most likely on midnight on New Year's Eve with my annual midnight New Year's Eve podcast. So until then, thank you for listening. I'm Leonard Riggs, and this is my podcast From My Head to Your Ears. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas from my head to your ears. Snow fall down and it melts away the years. I head to your ears, living with ears. Twinkling like a song on the avenue, I'm sending warm wishes straight to you. Eggnog, laughter, fireside cheer. May your heart be like this time of Merry Christmas, mama, that music play. The happy days will be golden, enchanted sway. From my head to your ears, your good times roll. Happy New Year, let the spirit soothe your soul. Dreams taking flight, we're dancing in slippers deep into the night. Every note I sing, every word I say is a ribbon of joy on your holiday. Merry bumping in there, music smells from my going so behind to play. From that chilly soul, let the divine will of you be, let the baby in soul. Spirit soothe your soul. Christmas, so my head to your ear. Every soft thought go in the map by the space. Right to your ears, then the love appears.